Welcome everyone. Today is the first high weight day that I've done in a very long time. Essentially, that just means that we're going to use pretty high weights compared to usual, and we're going to go for very few reps. We're just trying to overload or stress out the musculature as much as possible, and my idea with this is let's introduce some of the connective tissue to a higher level of strain before I move up to a higher weight. So I think it's been pretty successful in keeping me away from injuries. Whenever I follow this pattern, it seems to work out for the long run, and whenever I abandon it, things seem to go bad. So first, a quick warm up. Just getting the motion down. So that was at about 120. Typically, we do about 160 for this, but that 120 felt really good, like really, really good. So I think I'll be going all the way down to 200. And let's see what happens. Give it a second. So today is going to be some pull downs. So, well, when I do some rows, I have no way of doing, let's say, high weight rows because pretty close to maxed out on the usual anyway. So we'll just do some rows at max weight. So maybe that'll be 6 or 8 reps. That's fine. We'll do what we can to get the weight up there. I still need to get a few resistance bands, or rather the pegs, get in here. But I'll grab those once I'm back from my trip. And then we'll be doing 1-arm pull downs and some drawstrings. Okay. Then our warm down, or rather, we're going to be doing some bicep curls. Our warm down, or cool down, will be some reverse flies to hit that lateral head just that little bit more, and that'll be it. So pretty quick day, very small number of reps. Let's crank it up. The big thing with high weight day is that I don't make a big deal out of form. Right, I'm trying to just get the weight down. So, well, you'll see. Form's not going to be so good this time. Okay. 200, it felt all right. But I think I'm going to go to 190. That's about a 5% decrease in weight, but the way that stacks up is about nearly a 10% reduction in the amount of muscle needed. So right now I'm having trouble getting the bar below my chin. It's kind of ending up about here, so I kind of tilt my head backwards to feel like I got below my chin. Now, that's acceptable, but only for today. On high rep days, no go. So let's drop that weight a tiny bit. See if we can manage a little bit better range of motion, the same number of reps. Might end up doing 4 sets per if I don't feel really, really tired by the end of this. So we'll see. Okay. Looks like 200 was really towards the upper end of what I could manage weight-wise. So even with 10 pounds less, didn't really get a great range of motion. The first couple were slightly better. The last 3, not as good as the first 2. And the last one in particular was, I was barely a rep. Yeah, remember, we're going to be straining our muscles a lot. It's not going to feel that way. Things will just feel a whole lot tighter, but you won't really feel the strain. At least that's how it is for me. Now, the main focus is the connective tissue, getting them used to a higher level of strain, giving them time to build towards that higher level of strain before moving up to that level of strain on high rep days. That's important. Kind of pushing them past their maximum, letting them stabilize somewhere in between, and then moving up to that range in your high rep days. I fully expect to be a bit more conditioned coming back from my trip, but probably not stronger. In fact, I'd wager weaker. I'm going somewhere pretty low tech, not too much food, not too much energy. So it's going to be tough on my body. Tons of disease. We'll see how it goes. Okay. Let's drop the weight again. Down to 170. Good. Another 2 reps in if we can. Doubt it. Even 1 would be good. 1. Yeah, kind of 2. I'd like to do 1 last set. Slightly lower weight. See how it goes. What I'm checking here is how much weight can I put on this stack using plates. Because I'm going to have to put this weight to pretty much the absolute maximum, and stack a little more on top to get the kind of weight I'm looking for. So let's see, we're taking it to 350 and 15, 365 divided by 2, 182.5. Ideally, that's how much is coming through there. It should be a bit of a challenge. I don't think it'll be impossible. 5 reps seems like a good number for the 3rd set. So we're going to try and go 7, 6, 5, maybe 4, or 5 taking off the 15 extra. See how that works. Okay, last set here. Okay. Not quite the same high weight. Got 6 reps in. Maybe I could do 7. You know what? Let's try for a couple more. Let's really tucker ourselves out here. I don't want to regret quitting early. Okay, that's that. All right, got those waiting in the wings. Let's try this out. Okay, biceps are pretty strained from that, as are the lats. But let's see what we can do. I would wager it's more than I think it could. So let's see. Again, form doesn't matter. Pulling the weight matters. Okay. Doing a bit of that leaning back to build momentum. It's good. It means you're straining. It's not nearly as much as we could strain. All right. We're still getting 10 reps. Let's see if by the third set we're down to 8 reps or 7. That's ideally 5, but might not be enough weight. Again, the resistance band will be a lifesaver. These cables are meant to handle a lot more tension than they're actually under at the moment, which I'm fairly happy about. So I can keep putting more weight on this than I currently have. Now the thing with the resistance bands that I don't quite get is in the contraction of your motion, it gets heavier, right? Because the band expands and it's worse. There's no great way to counteract that sort of system. But I'm going to see what I can do. If there are any, any ways to set up a resistance band so that the resistance is relatively constant. Highly doubt it, but maybe that exists. Anyway, as long as I can get it so that the resistance isn't changing crazily through maybe half motion of the machine, that'll be pretty solid for me. Okay. On to set number 2. could probably do one more. I felt good. I felt good. Okay. All right, 8 solid reps, so it was. So we're looking for 6. 6 out of this next one. If we get all the way down to 5, I'll be happy. So one arm's over here. Let's go to 70. Do a quick check. Feeling pretty good on those. All right, let's put it to 90 and see how that works out. Okay, that's our third set. I'll just try to straighten my lower back a little bit, get it to work. Last set of this. Okay. Okay. Tricky thing about this handle, it hangs way further down than the rest. So I have to be careful with my form, I think. Not to extend all the way back up again. Anyhow. Okay, let's try. Okay, 90 stuff. Let's go to 70 plus 10, 80. Whew. Okay. Good. Okay, try 80 for this one. All the way through, hoping for 6 reps. Let's go. One more. Feel a lot of strain back here. So what we're going to do with that is go back to the 70s. Just get those done right. Given I'm working the peak so hard, I might do hammers for biceps curls. That'll probably be better for me. We'll just max out on the weight. That will be pretty brutal. Down to 70. Did this no problem before the rows. Rather after one set of them. Should be no problem now. Seven, a bit more than I want, but feels okay on my back. And my rear delt, which I'm more concerned about, so we'll stick with this. feels good. Better. Now, hammers. Short sets, short sets. Mainly what I feel with these is a lot of connective tissues around here straining a ton. My biceps don't seem to have as much of a problem handling the weight. Now, I'm going easy on them biomechanically, so if I were stricter, I don't think I could actually lift. But the strain is really in the area of the traps and the neck, even the collarbone a bit. So, hope everything is okay there. One thing you can really see me doing is getting my elbows further out and kind of pulling up with my, I guess, and what's in the opposite? Is it your traps? Yeah, they probably work opposite the serratus. I'm using my traps to get a bit of momentum and then shorten the angle I have to work. Kind of do this instead on the 4th and 5th rep, as opposed to just going straight motion. Yeah, I'd say this is well beyond what I can handle for real hammers. At 40 is what I usually do. 47, 48, that's probably what I can maximally handle for 5, 6 reps. This one, I'm barely getting 3 out of it. 52 and a half. Whew. I want to clarify a point on something I've been saying so far. So let's say you have a 10% increase in the amount of weight that you're lifting. It means that it's 1.1, it's 110% squared. So that's 121%. That's how much weight you're actually lifting. Sorry, that's how much muscle you need. From your original 100%, you need 21% more muscle to lift 10% more weight. Now, that can come in a number of different forms. You could just straight up have more muscle, or you could increase your, let's say, percentage activation of your musculature. So if you can increase percentage activation by 21%, it's not necessary for you to gain more muscle to lift the higher weight. And so typically what happens is a combination of the two, especially when you're newer to the gym. When you're new, it is easier to feel out your muscles if you're paying attention to them and focus on the contraction of them specifically, recruiting more of those muscle fibers. But also you have a tendency to gain muscle very easily. So there'll be some muscle growth and there'll be additional recruitment of fibers. As you get more into lifting, around your second to third year, the growth starts to die out, it starts to wane, which is to say it won't be nearly as much as before. And so the same increase of 5 pounds of weight, for example, is it's going to require more in the way of recruiting additional fibers than it would building musculature. So that's just something to keep in mind. Part of it is that some of your muscular fibers will be significantly stronger than others, right? They're not symmetric in their distribution of strain. They don't work with each other in this perfectly coordinated fashion that would allow all of your muscle to be worked. So you're going to have some stronger muscle fibers and some weaker ones. As you get stronger, you're going to have to care more about recruiting additional fibers than you would gaining more muscle. So this is why I focus on the motion. You gotta feel the motion. You have to feel what if your muscles are straining, how your connective tissue feels. You need to feel it much more than you need to see it. It doesn't matter if you see yourself getting bigger or not. If you're getting stronger, you're getting bigger. That's a given. The rate at which you get bigger varies person by person. Some people recruit more muscle fibers naturally. Some people are harder gainers. Some people are easy gainers, and so they don't really recruit additional muscle fibers. They actually just balloon up very quickly. Everyone's got their own way of growing. That's not really what's absolutely critical. You need to compare yourself to you, nobody else. So feel out the motion. Get better day to day. Improve gradually. Every day you need to be happy that you're keeping up with your past week or surpassing it by the tiniest of margins. A few more reps because I'm stalling by talking. So one more set. minuscule margins stacked one over the other day by day will usually yield a much, much better result than looking for this really high level goal and trying to reach that all the time. So a good way to think about this is really the stock market. You might be looking for a 10% increase over the course of a year. But if you instead shoot for a 0.2% increase every week, okay, that if you multiply it out, sure, it's about the same. It's like a 10.4%. But if you let the 0.2 stack on itself week after week, okay, your gain is going to be significantly larger. Not double or anything per se, but your second 0.2% is getting 0.2% of 0.2% extra. And then your next one is getting 0.2 plus 0.2 of 0.2 plus 0.2 of 0.2 of 0.2, so on and so forth. That keeps on stacking. Over and over and over and over. Eventually it cascades out to be a lot more than you think it is. So instead of 10.4, you might get like 12.4%. That's 2.4% higher than the 10. 2% higher than the 10.4. That's a significant amount if we're talking about the sum total wealth that you have. Put an additional 2% year over year and let that stack up for 10 years, and you'll see a massive difference. That's no joke. It's like a 50% increase in wealth in total. If you keep letting it stack like that for 10 years, the smallest margins can make a crazy difference. So work yourself in small time frames and make sure you're continuously improving. Consistency beats large targets most of the time. Consistency does not beat luck. I don't know any other way to put that. If you get lucky, and it's really hard to catch up to someone who's lucky and then stays consistent after that. Okay. Going down to insanely low weights now. 25 pounds either side. What we're going to do is very simple. Okay. Simple indeed. I can't do it with 25s. Let's go to 15. Oh, man. That's all there is to it. Now, one thing to note, and that I actually forgot, is that these handles make life harder, not easier. In fact, any handle is going to make life harder with respect to this particular motion. So, let's grab onto the little spacer ball here. I want to make sure that your cable doesn't get pulled through the rest of the machine. And just go from there. Okay, so that's something I'll talk about in the future, I'm sure. It's small gains, small goals, incrementally. It works in finance, it works in your career, especially in your career. Whew, man, that's a messy one if you screw it up. And particularly at the gym. Looking for big gains makes you fragile, physically and mentally. Be consistent. You're going to feel hopeless because day after day you still have that ultimate goal in your mind and you're not there yet. And you get a little bit closer and you look back and you see all the hard work you've done. You're like, I can't believe I'm still so far away. And every day there's a little bit of mental torture, but it's exactly the amount that you can handle. Put one foot in front of the other every day, every single day, until you get miraculously where you want to be. And you focus your mind on improvement and not the goal. You focus your mind on where your foot has to move next to take one more step, rather than where your foot has to be when you're making that last step. In your career, and this is an opinion of mine, I don't think companies are going to value the job hopping employee that's looking for a pay hike for the next 4 to 5 years. I think it's going to be a rough time for everyone who's engaged in that. I mean engaged, not who will engage, right? Because it's on your resume. It is your job history. If anyone's doing their proper checking, well, they're going to know. They'll know if you're lying. So that's the worst thing you can do, don't lie. But I can promise, if right now you stick with your current employer and ride it through with them a little bit, loyalty is appreciated in the long run more than a quick buck. And the go-getter attitude that comes with it, if you will. Building continuous expertise in an area. If I'm a manager, I'm going to focus on those who are going to stay with me and provide additional value, who are going to grow in their role, who, as I grow in my career, I can trust. To be in my shoes after I'm gone to a higher level. Matters what you leave behind. I think companies that pay more attention to that will be long-term stable. And if they don't succumb to any temporary fad, stay with that mindset long-term stably, again, they'll win because they're not betting on these big rises and falls. They're not looking for, let's get all the talent that we can get right now, build it over time, solidify it, establish excellence, build on excellence. Don't build on a guess. Don't build on a hope. Not on a pile of sand. Companies exist in ridiculous timescales. Companies are more concepts than they are a particular group of people with a specific name. So, don't go thinking that the biggest companies that have ever been and ever will be have died out. No. I mean, we see the big companies in the stock market, sure, but even the people that own 60-70% of some of the largest companies in the world, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, like they're public figures, they have a lot of money, but in terms of what money is, the ability to get work done, to pay for things, to exert your influence and power, a proxy for what you've accomplished in the world, and that which has been handed down to you. Yeah, they're nowhere close to the top, trust me. There's some people out there with a whole lot more money than that. A good number of them sitting in the Middle East, but that's just one example. Reached above. It's so natural for me to reach above with my left hand. Okay, that's it for today. Sorry for my ramble there at the end. Oh, it's just something I've been thinking of and something I need to apply in my own life. At least more consistently. All right. Thanks for joining in. Appreciate everyone. Catch you all next time.